My name is Rebeka Burns, a student in the Art and Art Education department. And my focus was on community-based arts with adults, and specifically visual artists working in prisons. Before I came to TC, I was teaching at 2 women's prisons in South Florida as a visual artist facilitator as part of a multi-arts program called ArtSpring. As a facilitator, I felt that there was a real space in terms of a lack of community and kind of information about how I could do my work in the best way to serve the people that I was working with. And I wanted to create the foundations of that community and kind of contribute to the body of research from the side of a practitioner who had already been kind of working in that space. During graduate school, I've had the opportunity to teach art and art history to kind of a variety of constituents, women in a women's shelter, seniors at a senior center, and then taking those people on trips to the Metropolitan Museum of Art weekly for the last year and a half. And I also have worked a little bit in museums with like youth and teen programs. My thesis looked at 4 visual artist facilitators who work in prisons across the country, leading workshops and looking at their consideration of their practice as it relates to the ideas of emancipation, empowerment, or enlightenment, and seeing how they reconcile their feelings about the prison system and the people that they work with. Like memorable or rewarding moments of my experience at Teachers College was my experience as a teacher's assistant in Richard Yoakum's New Media, New Forms class. And along with another student who was TAing, I was invited to kind of reconsider the syllabus. And I proposed a project that would be added that invited students to engage 100 people with an idea or an object or a piece of art, and then prove that they had had 100 people involved. What was most rewarding about that was kind of seeing the work come back at the end of the semester, but then seeing students continue to create that project and reach out for participation in our department and the school at large and the community at the end of every semester. Right now, I'm working as the Assistant Director of Arts and Education at a senior center on the Upper East Side and working to kind of build and sustain their arts programming. And I also have launched in my last semester a nonprofit called Arts and Humans, which looks to connect people who are working towards social change and community building using non-arts tools with arts tools and techniques that they can use to enrich their practice and kind of bring creative strategies and ways of thinking into their work. My takeaways from Teachers College are definitely kind of the interconnectedness of all of the different kinds of community work that can be done with the arts, that responding to kind of human developmental needs, but also needs for societal change. Kind of arts have a place in that in all different settings with all different communities, and there are kind of great potentials for adding arts into all different sorts of spaces for community work.